Hello everybody, we are back and we are prepared to bring the action to all of you. The Valorant Grand Final will be soon underway. My name is Aiden Connolly and along with me today is my new friend Augie I've made yesterday, much like Fred. And we've all been having a great time so far. Been becoming chummy, if you will.
Yeah. I just enjoyed watching some and casting some Overwatch.
Yes,
you casted and watched some Rocket League earlier today.
It was a good grand final. And now we've got Valorant up ahead of us.
We have Valorant, a big anticipated matchup. We have Fairfield versus UConn.
Yeah.
Not to mention, it's looking like with UConn's win of Overwatch, UConn is our grand total winner for all of the games. Congratulations, UConn. With this game here, Fairfield is fighting for that #2 spot.
Yeah, they're fighting for second place currently. They can't quite steal #1 UConn away. He really is omnipresent. You know, that's the way he can make impact from different areas of the map. So we're not going to see it for quite some time. But in terms of if you had to pick an Omen or an Astra here, do you think that you have a personal preference? Do you lean towards either of the operators in this instance?
See, that's where I think it comes down to who's playing it. You know, it comes down to the player because they're similar, obviously being controllers, but it's all about the timing. When you use the smokes, when you use the flashbang. You know, Astra has that great ability of the pull, the suck ability to be able to pull them off of the bomb if they're trying to defuse. You know, she has a post-plant opportunity that Omen really doesn't even have, you know?
Yeah, so that can definitely make a big difference, especially when you're attacking first, and hence why we could have seen that selection made, as I can't see. Able to make sure that Matter's not going to be able to see too much more for the rest of the round. An ill-advised dash out from Pags is going to get him killed, as well as I can't see getting another one on the opposite end of the map. The Killjoy sent on the lurk and does a good job of it. And she's just watching in mid, trying to make sure nobody can cross. And that will be the flank that could possibly take down these final two players. It's only a Killjoy and a KO, as Grifter and Marija are going to have to work together, but now Killjoy going to have to work alone, and Grifter can't do a single thing. A flawless in the round, because they've got much better guns coming to that one. Kind of to be expected to win that second one after you win that pistol, especially if the other team isn't really investing much, and that's exactly what we saw. Not much of an investment from Fairfield, and as a result, not much comes out of it. And so 2-0 lead now for UConn, but now it's Fairfield the ones with the gun advantage.
Yeah, you know, Valorant almost has a problem right now where it's almost whoever wins that first round takes the second one.
Yeah.
You know, with the way the economy's set up, with the way the guns are set up, it's kind of how it is, and it's what expected, and it's really big when a team takes that second round and they lost the first one.
Yeah, that can be that way in a lot of different economy-based shooters, because you got to give that advantage over the team that gets the more kills, wins that round, but in doing so, you kind of make that second round a formality. But then, if the second round is a formality and you keep 4 or 5 players alive, then you have really weak guns going to the next one. But speaking of weak, Killjoy taking a lot of damage on the attacking side early, already down to very low health, and Astra going to take a ton of damage as well. First kill, though, does go UConn's way as K-Pin is able to knock down Shock and make it a 5-on-4.
Yeah, big old Timothy, he's trying to bait out, I think, Marisa here.
That's Marija, yeah.
Marija here from Heaven. The KO, he's really trying to get him to peek. You know, because he's maybe assuming he's the only one on site, and if he's assuming that, he's probably right. See, they're already going to push in. They know the guy on Heaven was the only one on site. Great push here by UConn.
Perfectly timed, perfectly played, and perfect frag from Pags, though, to try and trade it back. And that Jet you said they were trying to bait out before has been baited out, but they're not ready for him in the right spots. A third kill from Pags. Grifter able to get one as well, and the retake looks so strong for Fairfield is K-Pin. Not able to do a single thing. A 4K for Pags. And that quad kill is able to get them their first round. But going into the next one, you're going to have to play up against UConn with really good guns. So is it going to start to change here? Will we really see differences made? Well, rather, we are going to see the difference being made in that factor. What we've been seeing, unfortunately, what we've been seeing pretty much through this entire tournament is as you get to those gun rounds, the same team has been winning time and time again. As unfortunately, for those of you who have not been keeping up, our closest map so far has been a 13-5. There have not been any really close maps whatsoever. We're hoping that at least for our grand final we can get one, and it looks like these two teams are on relatively even standing at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. One thing we've seen from UConn, every round so far, this is the 4th round, we have their Killjoy lurking over at B. So they like playing that. They like having this offense towards A. They're really abusing this A site right here. They see that Fairfield kind of has a weak A site. Yeah. Oh, but they're changing their mind, I think.
Yeah, that's the thing. Also, we saw Fairfield on this map yesterday, and a lot of the defensive strategies used on this map were playing around those retakes. So maybe that's something that UConn recognized, and they say, look, we're going to pick operators who, or not operators, rather, we're going to pick agents. Excuse me, my inner Rainbow Six Siege player coming out there for a second. But we're going to pick agents that can hold out those retakes really well and hold that site for quite a long time. But it looks like this time they're actually favoring B.
That's awfully too bad because we had Matter and the KJ pushed up. KJ left Matter at almost the worst time there.
Yeah, it was tough. And unfortunately, Matter goes down. As a result, a big advantage to UConn is the attacker Killjoy is going to come out as well. Here comes the lockdown. Pags has to evacuate, and it's a free site right now. Grifter is able to get one, but Shock's been taken down as well. A strong player has been nullified so far this game as the Omen not allowed to do a thing, but Pags is able to get one with the knives out as well. So 3 versus 3, K-Pin swings around, doesn't quite do a ton of damage, but, or rather doesn't do enough damage to get Grifter killed, but does a lot comparatively. So in the 2-1 scoreline, 3 versus 3, if UConn wins this, they'll stay decisively in the lead. But Pags moving forward, looking to change things, shooting out the recon dart and getting that first kill. Pags is able to make an impact. Barisha with another one, and Pags is just unstoppable in these retakes. Picks up a Vandal for yet another round and picks up multiple kills, making it look so simple in both of the retakes on 2 different sites, a 2-2 scoreline.
Very well played by Fairfield there. I was going to interject there and say Fairfield wasn't playing it the greatest at the beginning. KJ, Grifter, he's a B player. You know, he let B kind of open. You know, if you're a B player, you kind of want to die if they take the site. You know what I mean? You don't want to be the guy who says, I was too scared to take the gunfight. You know, you want to be the guy who said, I at least die trying. You know? Yeah. So
that fits their playstyle, though.
It definitely does. It definitely does, and it worked out in their favor.
It did. It did work out because that's what they've been doing. Like again, they did that so many times yesterday. I know I mentioned it last round. That I think that UConn might have picked some of their operators or modeled their playstyle around trying to counter the retake playstyle. So I think Grifter's decision there, honestly, it checks out. It makes sense. Not wanting to kamikaze like, oh, I'm going to go down. If my site's going to go down, I'm going to go down with it. Takes his time, takes a step back, and then really plays back into that site effectively. So effectively, in fact, that it looks like UConn are leaning A once more. And that's kind of exactly what they should be doing, because the only thing they really have on A is a lot of utility. And then Grifter towards the backside, playing up near Heaven, right over the side of that glass door. Big Astro Wall is going to go out, though, and Timothy should be able to plant very open inside the site. Really, really good positioning here for UConn as Can't See he's going to get that spike down. And UConn have a wide open site, but it's another retake. And that might be exactly where Fairfield want to be because they've been so comfortable in these scenarios before. Knife's going to go out to try and detect anybody they can. Pag's going to be the entry once more and has been doing such a good job at being that first contact so far. But a big shot for Timothy as he's going to be the first kill. Trade not found as Pags is killed. Another kill for Nami. Could possibly come through, but he's been shot darted to death. Good trade from Matter. Matter are going to do it now with the Vandal as well. 3-on-3, and they're smoked off in this doorway, but they're going to have to kill anybody out here if they want to try and get a chance at getting the spike defused. But they don't see K-Pin, and Cat's still a presence as well. Grifter going to have to hop on this spike, but he doesn't quite have the time, and UConn got all the kills. A third round for UConn as they refuse to be put at a disadvantage, and look at how close K-Pin was to dying to that spike.
Wow, K-Pin knows what he's doing. He perfectly calculated that. I think he planned that. He planned that perfectly. But that was amazing by UConn. You know, they played it great going into the Cat and playing the time, having 2 in Cat. No one expects that, you know. That's something you don't normally see, having 1 person play in main. If you're going to play post-plant, you're going to play off-site. 2 people aren't going to be in Cat if there's 3 alive, you know. There's either going to be 1 guy on site, 2 in main, 2 in main, 1 on, you know, something, one of those combinations. Not 2 in Cat, definitely.
Yeah. And,
a wasted. Wow, unfortunate.
Tough for Timothy. Big ol' misclick there.
Yeah, and that was interesting. I'd love to see that back. Where did that knife go?
Nowhere. He just misclicked.
You sure it didn't go into a we have a cheating scandal here? No, it didn't go into it wouldn't lock on to someone else's head through a wall. Let's rewatch that. I want to re-see that.
I mean, if he managed to find a way to install cheats on the computer this quickly after just getting access to said computer,
definitely,
then he deserves to be able to get away with it.
He deserves an award right there.
Yeah, exactly. He deserves the award, but fighting for the better award rather than being the best at cheating award, fighting for the award of being the best Valorant team in the showcase. And well, UConn seems to be on pretty good pace to get there. They're in the advantage. They just won a gun round. We've seen now 2 gun rounds really where the weaponry is even, and we've had one both go each way. Yes,
Stan just got spotted out here by that drone. That's unfortunate, him being in Sabrosa right here. It's a tight spot. It's a tough spot. It looks like he's going to be lurking there, though. And that I actually like, now I'm thinking about it, you know, because he can smoke from everywhere. He doesn't have to be with them to smoke. So he can actually watch the flank for them. They have that KJ turret for the flank, but they really don't need it. We have Pags dashing in. I think it worked out. A big old Timothy dashing in. Ooh. Excuse me. He's going to get this kill in the back. He misses the knives.
Nami gets it, though.
Wow.
Nami gets it either way.
Knives.
Yeah, unfortunate whiff of those knives, but Nami able to get the plant down either way. So, UConn with a post-plant, but Matter is fighting back strong. As Fairfield look to get back into the site, and they've got a KJ ult to work around, but they've got all the kills on big old Timothy to work around for UConn, as it's only left to Grifter, and the lockdown's been destroyed as well. They expected the right position, and the Hunter's Fury was able to dispatch of the Killjoy ultimate, and now it's just Grifter dispatched of by K-Pid. 3 players alive at the end from UConn, as it started as a 4 versus 3 after that first kill in the retake. Came through for Fairfield, and then from then on out, it was a clean sweep for UConn, a 4-2 lead for them now, as they've taken the last 2 consecutive after taking the pistol and the one after that. They're definitely looking to be the better side, at least early on.
Yeah, that was a good retake ult by Grifter, KJ, but it just wasn't enough for the Sova ult. And then on top of that, not only the Sova ult, but you have big old Timothy defending the Sova ult, you know? Someone tries to peek big old Timothy, it's not going to work out in their favor, as we've learned.
Oh, okay. Unless that happens.
I always do this. Yes. I was just talking about this in Overwatch. I hype up a player, I talk about how good they're doing, what their strengths are, and they do the opposite.
Exactly.
I don't know why. I don't know why.
My friend, as someone who's been in the industry quite a long time, that's called the caster's curse. It's just what happens. As if I were to say Pags is doing quite well, he would die just like that. As he gets 2 kills, but then goes down. But however, this is a half investment from Fairfield, and they still look pretty good. Good shot from Nami, though, to bring it back. But shot, close range, able to get 1 kill with the Sheriff, and now a 1 versus 1 is Nami. Not anticipating the Killjoy to be where they are. And Grifter, alone 1 versus 1, just working his way back in from Catwalk. Nami,
and he is going to play this in Hell. I assumed he was going to play that in Hell.
Yeah, he's just save his position to play. They can only swing you from one angle, and Grifter knows that this is a pretty good spot to play, so he's going to try and push in from Heaven, clear the rest of the site first, and then you can deal with Hell. As only a 2nd round from Fairfield, they're looking for a 3rd. Grifter just taking his time and wants to gather all the space that he can, peeking around, can see nobody. But if he's playing this from main, Grifter knows that he's in a bad spot, but he's not. He has a suspicion that it's Hell, and pre-firing the right side, swings around, big clutch from Grifter, and it looks like he just barely has enough time as well. The Killjoy with a massive clutch, and does he get that defuse off? Oh, it wasn't even close, 0.44, but makes it look like it was 44 seconds until that spike was defused. A wonderful clutch from Grifter, and making it work in the Thrifty Grifty, if you will, as a 4-3 advantage only now for UConn.
Yeah, you got to be mad after that one. Someone just jumps down on you on Hell. You know, Nami is not happy. He should have the advantage there. He had his dart. He had his drone. It was bad timing. The drone missed him. You know, it comes down to the bad timing, the sound cue being really last minute of jumping down. Oh, crap, he's to my left. Is he to my right? You don't know. It comes down to timing.
Yeah, and we talked about it a lot yesterday, too. The timing in a lot of these first-person shooter games is just a big determining factor sometimes. Even in unfortunate situations, Scrift are swinging around, does a ton of damage to K-Pen. And a great job peeking off the intel gained from that turret and the damage done by that turret as well. Swings off of it effectively, and now big ol' Timothy got to take a fight against 2 different players, peeking from both sides of the defender's spawn. So why not smoke them off? Is the Astrostar going to do the job as well? Everybody smoked off inside of defender spawn. Nobody even within the site. Spike going to be passed over to Timothy so he can get a safe plant down inside the objective. and it will be planted regardless of the Hunter's Fury coming out. Damage is dealt, though, as Timothy, pretty low, K-Pin, incredibly low, and Shock now going to kill Stan. So another advantage in this retake, but the lockdown has been popped, and so Fairfield are going to have to hold off unless they want to just push in as quickly as possible. Big kill there for Grifter, but he's about to get shut down. How many more kills can he get? He gets another one. Shock able to get one too, and 2 players detained by that ultimate, but Pags is able to kill K-Pin, and so the Killjoy ultimate was influential, but not influential enough as they sent Grifter on a suicide mission into that site. He gets 2 kills, disables any kind of objective hold they had, and wins them that round.
So that was an interesting ult by UConn. I was going to say that's the game, that's the round changer right there. I was going to say that, but it looked like I mean, it didn't do that. It really, it did the opposite. You know, that goes to show you why that KJ ult is used not only to attack sites, but to retake sites. It's not made for defending a site. You just saw they tried to use that KJ ult to defend.
Yeah.
It didn't work out, you know? At first I thought, oh, it's going to work. I like it. It's something new. It's something different.
Yeah.
There, it just proved it didn't. One thing I didn't mention before, this is a good setup here by Grifter on A.
Yeah.
He has his turret up on the boxes. It's really good for holding Cat. I'm surprised they have Omen pushed out this far on Cat. They could let Cat go, have him play a little bit deeper, have him play off the turret.
Yeah.
It's an option they have.
Maybe defend that B side a little more heavily, but heavy enough.
Almost
that
LMG
multi-kill. Yeah, Pags nearly had them line up. It was the LMG kill from Matter to start things off. Pags gets another one, but what a shot from Stan. Shock able to get more back, though. So
prevail.
The kill from Stan doesn't quite work out, and the Sheriff was clean to kill Pags there. As first shot, headshot. We didn't get to see that shot, but you just know from that audio cue, from that kill feed, you know that it was a clean one.
Yeah, that looked really clean. I mean, we saw the Jet die, so we didn't get to see it happen, but we saw what happened, and wow, it happened fast. So Stan's got some good aim. We saw that yesterday. We saw Stan go off with that Viper. He played Viper on that Icebox,
Yes, that was
right?
Viper, yes.
Yes, that was Stan. Stan went off top frag, so we know Stan's a very skilled aimer here.
Yeah, as skilled as anyone else in this lobby. Very, just the most skilled lobby we've seen, and, well, already looking to be one of the more even matchups we've seen all tournament long, as these two teams cannot escape one another, but it is Fairfield looking to be the favorites based on the past couple rounds, but UConn with a really good setup coming in. The divide comes through, and now could be a free plant, but there are actually players inside the site from Fairfield, something they haven't really had in this kind of a situation. Marija is able to get the first kill onto K-Pin as well. So how goes that fragment from the KO? And this is total control of the A site, but A main needs to be dealt with before they can really get this defuse off, as Grifter starts it, then ends that process quickly. Killjoy able to put the turret down and then get another kill. I can't see with that one, but the Odin is firing off. Matter looking for more, but shut down in the process, shutting down more in the process rather, as the Hunter's Fury is doing quite a lot of damage, but not enough with the headshot on that classic. It's only left to Grifter. He's just got to start defusing and pray that it's enough, but it won't be. The clutch was there before from the Killjoy, but it will not be there this time around. A 5-5 scoreline as UConn strike back with one of their own.
Well, you asked me before, what's the better pick, Omen or Astra? Right there, Astra won them the round.
Perfect.
Astra just won them the round.
Exactly.
They were banking on that Sova ult to stop the diffuse. It didn't. It not all the time does. You can't always 100% bet on a Sova ult. What do you bet on then? Astra pull. They halved it. You can't, with the amount of time that they had, they couldn't defuse it with that Astra pull. It was impossible. I say Astra's the better pick.
I like that pick from, I like that selection from you too. You pointed out earlier, and you're not just making that decision now. This was something you were leading into that earlier on as well. So you stick to your guts, and your guts prove to be right. As 5-5 now the score line, and unless we see one team take 8 consecutive rounds, I'm incredibly excited to say that this is our closest game yet so far. Yeah. And which is exactly what we wanted for a grand final, because yesterday we were disappointed by the matchups we got on stream. You know, it wasn't really super close, super competitive all the way through, but something that is very reminiscent of yesterday is a lot of post-plant utility, like you were talking about. UConn absolutely adore this post-plant utility. We saw it all the time from players like Stan, and we're seeing it again here.
They were in love with post-plant abilities on Icebox. It was ridiculous. We were bullying them with post-plant utility. The Viper Molly, the Sova darts. Oh my lord.
Okay.
Yeah, here we have K-Pin starting off, but Matter gets the, oh, excuse me.
Matters, yep.
Yeah,
Matter got the
started
first one,
off,
and then K-Pin traded
Yeah.
it out. So we stand at a 4 versus 4. And UConn look to be in good post-plant position as well, because most of the time they end up on this site for a post-plant. They end up at a disadvantage pretty quickly. But now they've got everybody inside the site except for one.
UConn used the thing again to
They
defend.
used the Killjoy again.
I
also,
do not
that's
agree.
very early.
That's
it's
way
incredibly
too
early. They're giving a
early.
lot of time over. They've got to have faith in their post-plant utility or their gun skill. And either way, it looks to be going relatively well because Stan's just got a kill, but a trade back from Shock. Here goes UConn. They've got to make it happen because Fairfield, here they come into sight. Marisha with a headshot. A trade of his teammate as well. And it's only left to the Astra. But there it is, that Astra post-plant utility you talked about. And maybe, just maybe, that lockdown was the right decision because you've got Stan in the back pocket to win you that round if you need. And a clutch from Stan as UConn are able to take another lead right before we get into the swap.
Yeah, that KJ ult was questionable. I was nervous about it, but what came through? The Astra pulls. Currently, right now, it's a battle of controllers. Astra's the better pick.
Yeah.
Astra's the better pick.
Proving time and time again to be so influential when preventing these retakes of the sites. And, well, hopefully it won't be too big of a difference as that Omen selection, I am kind of wondering, you know, what the reason behind it is. It's to make plays like that. You want to get aggressive on defense. That Insomnia is going to help so much, but it's not going to get any kills. Maybe a little bit of damage done by Pags. I don't even know if any of those shots landed, but just in case anything was done. Still, really good statement to make at the start of the round. K-Pin trying to take that kill into Grifter as the alarm bot goes off and Grifter swings off of his own intel. K-Pin just going to wait on the other side of the nebula and actually sneaks into Market. They have an idea that he's here, and they'll be able to see with the Killjoy turret when he peeks out as Shock is able to get one onto I Can't See. So, round starting well for Fairfield, and they've got K-Pin incredibly far out, very isolated and alone in a spot where none of his teammates are really even going to be able to help him. Just going to kind of tell K-Pin, look, lurk for as long as you can, find whatever impact you can, because it looks like the rest of the push is going to go A.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's going to go in their favor.
Ooh.
Oh, maybe it will.
Oh
with
my
Stan
gosh.
on your side, it's on your favor.
Exactly. It's never not in your favor if Stan is fragging out like he is just there. 2 straight kills. K-Pin is able to find impact on the lurk. And big old Timothy able to get one more to make it as big of an advantage as possible without actually winning the round. And then they just win the round. Matter taken down. 7-5 advantage for UConn as they switch on to the defender's side.
What a great half so far.
Phenomenal half.
I enjoy that half.
Yeah, I think both teams showed us a lot to be happy with, and both teams should be very optimistic coming into the second half. Is, you know, you're playing on the attacking side now with such a pretty solid attacking comp. You have that Omen that can use those smokes, bigger smokes than Astra has, and the Insomnia, and the Ultimate to try and TP between different sites. It's so helpful in getting that plant down. You still have that KJ util for post-plant, but then again, like you said, sometimes it can be a little shaky, but definitely those swarms can be so influential. Shock darts and Hunter's Fury on Sova. So either way, just going to be investing heavily in that post-plant. Not quite as heavily as the Astra pick, I think, because Astra, you pick an Astra, you're like, okay, we're going to use a lot of this util in post-plant. You pick an Omen, you're not necessarily thinking about that the same way.
I definitely think the Omen is thinking right now, I gotta do something.
Yes.
You know, I gotta impact in some sort of way. These Astra stars are too big. Whether that's he's gonna TP himself into a funny spot, you know, not with his ultimate TP, but with his C ability where he can TP to like a higher location.
Yeah.
He should be maybe he throws a smoke out onto A, TPs into it. He's got to try something different here.
Yeah, and well, it's not going too poorly so far. Marija gonna get that spike plant down. No, actually, K-Pin. But as the smoke fades, it's gonna prevent that spike from going down. Matter gonna try and force it maybe next, but I Can't See 3 is gonna take down his teammate. Cover from Shock needs to be huge because Shock the only teammate that Matter has left. Sentry can't quite see him though, so could be impactful. Lands a headshot, but can't land enough damage otherwise. And K-Pin flanks from behind. I Can't See able to get that last kill, and UConn maybe starting to run away with it.
Yeah, UConn's looking really, really clean so far on the defensive side with this first round. They're looking very polished, you know. They have the similar setup with KJ towards B as Fairfield did. Fairfield had KJ towards B as well. They also had, you know, Sova play B. This is what you would probably consider meta on the map. You know, you're going to have a Sova, you're going to have a KJ. They're probably going to play B in mid. Yeah. And if they're going to play A, it's the play like I was highlighting before with Grifter, where he put his turret high up. It's the play for Cat, you know, and it's another play where they don't really expect it.
Yeah, and Cat isn't something we've been seeing utilized too much, and Pags is getting straight into it. The super shorty isn't good enough.
Running it down.
Attempted play, and honestly, you respect it for him. You respect him for it, but the shotgun not able to do quite enough, as it's not going to be able to find any impact. If that had found a kill, though, I mean, hey, creative play, and because it's around like this, you're not investing much. You just want to find whatever kind of kills you can find, and creative angles is exactly how you will do that. As Grifter
is going to have no idea. Oh, he had an idea, but it works out in Stan's favor. I thought Stan was going to go unnoticed there, but he still picks up the kill.
Still does, and now not sure what we do if we are UConn, or rather if we are Fairfield. They don't really have much direction here. Moving up mid with one player into the B site. It looks like that's all the play they've really got. Big headshot from Timothy. As now I can't see. Gonna put the turret down. Goes down to Shock, so at least there's that one kill. That's something, but a 9th round for UConn. This next one gonna have to be quite good for Fairfield, because UConn are really starting to take a big lead. And I would actually be really sad if, as soon as I said, as long as no team wins every single round from here on out, we will have the closest game we've seen. It would kind of be annoying if UConn were to then win every single round in a row.
Don't tell me you just jinxed it. Don't tell me you just jinxed it.
No, I'm saying that I said as long as both teams win one more round, then we'll have the closest game we've seen. And since then, Fairfield have not won a round. So I jinxed it in saying that. And now I'm acknowledging that in hopes that maybe it'll change it. I don't know. Look, I'm really grasping at straws here.
Oh, jeez.
Kind of like Fairfield as well.
Oh, jeez.
Really grasping at straws to try and figure out what they can do. But they've got a bonus in this round. Definitely the better weaponry. So if they'll win any round for the remainder of this half, it should be this one.
Now, do they know the Astra is there? Look at Astra.
Look at her. Such an influential
They're going to have no idea she's there. She better trigger discipline. There we go. Oh, she gets one.
Perfect kill. That's going to be a Vandal picked up for the defenders as well as a one-player advantage. Big ol' Timothy not able to do anything, just fades away, lets Pags kill his teammate. And now it's looking pretty good for the attacking side, because they have a pretty good advantage. As Big ol' Timothy not going to have a lot to work with here, just continuing to fade away. As Pags continuing to press forward. They're watching him, though, heavily watching him, and he's not looking at the right angle at the right time. Plant still going down for Marija, but 4 versus 3 in this post plant, and perhaps it could be the util to make the difference in this round.
Yeah, Fairfield's going to have a tough time holding this defense here. Let's see if they can do it.
Yeah, breaking through the garage door now. Are UConn. Grifter able to get a first one, though, with the swarm. And now Matter going to watch A main trade out his teammate effectively. They know the last 2 are coming from heaven as well. Marija, position expected, dealt with, but only by a small shock dart is Matter able to get that kill into I can't see. It's only left to the Sova on the defensive side, and Nami can't do a thing. A 6th round for Fairfield, and we have seen our closest match this tournament. I'm glad that I could reverse jinx it.
Yes.
Even if now it's every round straight for UConn, you still can't take this away from me. We saw more than 5 rounds for a team, for both teams rather, in a map.
We're hyped here at the studio. We are hyped. We wanted this. And I guess we're gonna see Fairfield. You know, they're gonna keep going A. I guess I guess that's the meta on this map. We saw UConn go A a lot. We see Fairfield at A a lot.
Yeah.
I guess it's the place to start, you know? You get the most info.
It's a very open site. You can take a lot of space very quickly, even if you don't have cat presence, whereas on the B site, you've got one little alleyway to work out of, and then there's not a lot to work with other than just that one doorway, and it's very much a choke point, whereas this doorway, technically, yes, is also a choke point, but it's less commonly used and abused, I guess, by killjoys and agents that can bring so many pieces of utility to slow down the attackers and just do a little bit of damage and chip them down a little bit while they move through. And because it's very good for the attackers. You can take a lot of space very quickly. And, well, speaking of quickly taking something, Grifter going to quickly take a kill. Now it looks like we might see a push in off the back of that into the A site.
That was a great Sova dart by Matter there. He's gonna dart Pags.
Yeah, there we go. Matter able to get one. Pags taken down. But then Shock will trade that onto K-Pin. So 4 on 2 as the shock darts are going out. Shock able to get one onto Nami to prevent the shock darts from shocking Shock. That is the shock darts on the other side. As Matter, the Sova is going to get that kill there. And Fairfield working their way back into it slowly but surely. But once again, I think, actually no, that was a good investment last round for the defenders, so I don't think they'll have much to invest with in this one. It's going to be kind of a fractured buy as Sheriffs and Classics, but also I think a Vandal on the Killjoy.
We want to see...
Actually, no, never mind. She didn't get a Vandal. That was I was misseeing something.
Oh well.
Yeah, it's
most
a
of them
stack,
have Sheriffs.
but it's a stack on the site that Fairfield are leaning towards.
I think the stack is going to play in their favor.
Oh, absolutely. They're not going to be expecting this many people on one site. So it goes one of two ways. Either it's going to be a really good round for UConn because they're catching everybody off guard, or it'll just be shooting fish in a barrel for the attackers. But it's starting well for UConn. I can't see, and big old Timothy able to fight back. And you walked right into the stack. You made the mistake. And a 1 versus 3 now for Shock to work his way out of. And a round that should have been so easy is now looking so impossible to come back in as an ultimate being popped. Gonna pick up the spike, and that's perfect. Now can run away with the spike in hand, but doesn't know where the last players are. So guns picked up by everybody on the defense, and Shock actually wants to work his way back into this site, thinking they've already rotated. But that's an issue because they haven't done that. He jumps to make the noise.
I am so sorry, Shock. Shock has played this awfully. Shock had the bomb there. What he should have done, he should have run all the way to A, then use his TP, got the bomb. They would have been doing the same exact play. See how no one has left B. They want to play together as a team. They don't want to, they're going to let him plant no matter what. He almost cost it there for himself. He was walking on really thin ice.
Walks on thin ice, but fortunately he's wearing like shoes, and he's been cutting lately, so he's not too heavy, but as the ice gets thinner and thinner, it's going to get tougher and tougher for Shock to remain alive, so why not try and go for something where you risk it all to win it all, as he's going to swing wide, get one kill, but trade it out immediately. And I respect the boldness from Shock, but it is boldness that will not work in Fairfield's favor. UConn are going to take a 10th round as they continue on a very solid path. And it was 2 rounds in a row for Fairfield. That should have been a round win for them as well. We should be looking at 8 to 9, but they made the mistake of rushing right into the stack.
I did like that play from Shock right there, where he pushed up in heaven. That's what you want to do when you're in a 1v3. And you had that much time to plant like he did. He eventually he got that round almost to where he could have won it. You know, he brought it back around. But it's unfortunate. He was caught by big old Timothy with their knives out. You know, you can't do much when big old Timothy catches you with his knives out. You know, you can't do that.
Get out of my way.
Only so much can be done against a player as talented as that, and so the knives did so well last round for the defense. Pag says, well, why? If you can do it, I can do it as well. Anything you can do, I can do better, he says, is looking to one-up big old Timothy with his 3K in that last round, and well, it looks like another B-leaning play, but this time around they're saying no way they're going to be stacking that again, so why not just go for it? Why not go our first push into B? But they're a little ready for this as Pags pushing up high. UConn get that first kill in their favor. K-Pin playing inside the site is able to get that one, and now they've kind of left their Jet stranded out here with the knives out, but not a lot of space to play with. Pags in a really rough position, tries to go for the right click, but it doesn't work out. And now he's just stuck inside of his own smoke with a pistol and a dream.
This is going to be a tough spot for Pags, but he gets the kill on Stan.
There you go.
It is traded out by big old Timothy. It is traded out, but that was a good kill by Pags.
Fantastic kill from him as Shock not going to be watching close, and he gets punished as a result. Almost able to punish all 3 is I can't see 3, and so only the 2K for the Killjoy. But now Grifter's position detected. Grifter's exact position known as the recon dart, going to give them all the information they could ask for. 11 to 7 for UConn, and that was a full invest round from Fairfield, so you have to imagine they're not going to have too much to play with in this one. They're going to need to do a lot in a row, many different rounds consecutively to keep this one alive. It doesn't look very good for them.
Yeah, see, we have to take a technical pause here. Fairfield is calling a timeout, not a technical pause.
No, it said tech pause, but I think they called the timeout as a result, but we also paused it.
Yeah.
So we got both, and we got to see it go into the negatives, which I've never seen before.
I've never seen that either.
That's kind of cool.
But one thing I was going to say, why did it have to be Shock? Shock, I don't want to lay into him that much, but he didn't clear that angle.
Unlucky.
If he just clears out, who was it? KJ for UConn.
It was KJ on UConn.
Yeah, who do we have
I
again?
can't see.
I can't see. If he just clears I can't see, the round could go completely different, you know? They could get that plant down. They could get a chance, but he missed the one angle to clear. You got to check your corners. You got to check your angles. If you're the first to enter, if you're going to enter as Omen, the Smokes, one of the most important characters, got to check your corners.
Suppose when it came to that corner, he could not see.
Yeah.
And unfortunately.
That is an unfortunate name right there. That plays out. That's really unfortunate right there.
It's good for us, though. Makes the word play a lot easier.
Definitely. But as we're saying, if we're talking battles of the controller, Astra's winning it.
Astra's still winning.
My winner right here.
And she hasn't even been as impactful once they got the defense, but she's still making a big difference.
Definitely. It's because, on Smokes, it's kind of, when you're on defense, it's standard. You don't have to pull. You don't have to do. You just have to smoke where they hear the cues.
What Astra winning it right now, continuing to win it more decisively as this half continues, isn't so much that the Astra is doing a great job, more so that we're not seeing a lot of impact from Shock other than just his gun, which we've talked about. He's a great player. He had a great performance yesterday, and he's still fragging out today, but just the util seems to be a little bit off.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. We've talked about it before. Maybe someone slept in. Maybe they had a long night, maybe you fell asleep on your phone. I do that all the time, you wake up with a spot on your face. You had a bad night's sleep. Whatever it is, he's gotta switch it around here. He's gotta come through, help his team out.
He's got to, and seems to be Shock, the one that we've been emphasizing, but still doing a pretty good job. It's really just overall, a lot of players from Fairfield haven't been showing up the way we'd like to see them. And they're not going to show up on the A side either, as they hint that it could be a possible ending at A, but Marija and Matter will fall off quickly, as it's just kind of everybody assembling across the map, very much a default, with slightly favoring A in terms of their presence, but that sentence applies to both the attackers and the defenders, and only 30 seconds left. They're going to have to get going as Pags, waiting for this push in through Catwalk. They head straight in. They're about to head through the garage door, but they have to wait for the swarm to die off first. And they need to commit themselves now to A. It's going to be an open site, though, so Fairfield can afford to play this post plant. And they're going to get the spike plant down. Marija able to plant it. But how much more can they do? Matter able to get one, and then actually evade the next one. But his teammate's gone down. I can't see able to get one more kill. And a 4 versus 4.
So Matter's going to run around and try to use that ult. This could be in Fairfield's favor right here.
Definitely could. Wants to just play the post plant with the Hunter's Fury, and as long as it takes them to hop on this defuse, it's only going to make it better and better as they wait later and later for the Hunter's Fury to be popped. Marija getting taken down though, and another one from Timothy. What a flick that is! But the Hunter's Fury still alive, but he's the only one alive, and he's already popped it. Your lineups can't save you now. A 12th round for UConn as they look to take it in decisive fashion, with Fairfield absolutely clueless as to what to do. Ever since that 10th was taken by UConn, it's been 2 more in a row after that, and it has been no signs of life from the Fairfield side, and they're going to have to show some signs of life here because they need 5 in a row.
Yeah, big old Timothy. He is going off. That flick was dirty. He saw the head. He didn't even see the full head. Not only do you only see the head, you see half of the head. He's able to hit his crosshair on half of the head in that split-second timing. Big old Timothy has some talent right there.
Oh, yeah. The most talented of all, and seems to be the better Jet of the 2 we've seen today. But Pags also putting in a good performance, and he'll put in another one there, doing his absolute most to keep his team alive. Double kill for Pags as the entry into the site goes well, and he gets a third! A headshot on his stand, and you're right, he said it's not over. He's trying to teach you the lesson. How many times is it going to take for him to get headshots until you recognize that Fairfield are very much still alive? Marija does steal the ace with that last kill, but I doubt Pags cares because he just carried his team kicking and screaming through that round and kept them alive. And as soon as we highlight big old Timothy, Pags make sure that we recognize that this Jet duel is still very much a duel, and every player involved, both players involved in the Jet duel rather, can absolutely pop off when necessary.
Yeah, since he did so well, since he got that 4K, he has his knives now. So not only does he have a gun, he has a backup plan in case of a clutch scenario, or he has a buy for next round. He doesn't even need to worry about his economy.
Exactly.
Jet
is
is such an interesting character. You know, when they were developed, when they made the character, she's so unlike any other shooter has ever seen before. Someone who can fly, someone who has these knives. Great character style.
And there you go. The Jet going to be taken down first. Jet going to be getting that first kill. Big ol' Timothy taking down Pags is knocking him down a peg and saying, look, bud, I know you had a good one in the last one, but it's about time that we finish things off. At the very least, that's what UConn are hoping to do. Very far pushed out mid are Fairfield at the moment, but not able to do too much more other than just sit at these angles and die to Timothy. Another kill for that operator, and it looks like things may be coming to a conclusion in UConn's favor soon. And there you go. Not able to get a kill. Push forward, though, from Chuck. Needs to be big, because he's going to get that first kill, but he needs to get way more than just the one frag. Hop up from Timothy's able to get one as well. It's now left to just Shock, and he swung on and killed. Congratulations to UConn for pulling off the UConn sweep in the last 3 grand finals of the day. They win Rocket League, they win Overwatch, and they win Valorant. Congratulations to them, a well-earned victory in every single one of the matches, and they end the day off strong on Ascent, a 13-8 victory. Hard fought by Fairfield, but UConn proves to be the better of these two squads today.
Yeah, your boy Timothy, man. Jesus, this guy went off. Your boy Timothy. We gotta
Timothy.
Why isn't he in the league? Why isn't he on a team? Valorant, VCT, call this man. Sentinels, sign this man. He needs to be signed. He was phenomenal, led UConn to the W. He definitely played that leadership role as Jet, as the top frag, as, you know, the first blood getter almost every round.
Oh, yeah.
He definitely played the leadership role, and he played it right.
Did a great job of it, and was also consistent in doing so. We would see very occasional pop-off rounds from Pags, but we saw a lot more consistency from Timothy. He was consistently able to get 1 or 2 picks around, possibly even make it more, and that kind of consistency is exactly what won them this game. So a massive congrats to UConn on winning that one out, and they are the champions of the Valorant tournament. But like we said, very happy because that was the closest game we'd seen all tournament long, and it was definitely living up to the hype. Some of those rounds are incredibly close.
Definitely. Fairfield definitely stood a chance. I wish it was a BO3. You know, I think Fairfield would have gotten a map. I think we would have seen it. I think we would have seen it go to 3 maps. Definitely.
At the very least, we would have gotten to see another very entertaining map of Valorant. But that's all the Valorant we're seeing, and unfortunately, that's all the tournament we have. It's all over here from Sacred Heart University's broadcast studio on the Connecticut Esports Showcase. We still have a little bit more to go, though, as the awards ceremony is coming up. But first, a sincere thank you, as sincere thank you of any ever said before, from myself, from Augie. I had a brain fart there for a second.
You're good,
Myself, from Augie, from Fred, the 3 of us for bringing you through so many of these different games, and our wonderful Smash casters as well, who brought so much hype to those FGC matchups. Thank you guys so much from us, but that is going to be all we have from the studio today. And I want to give a personal thank you to everybody who helped make this event possible. Congratulations to UConn on being our overall winners of the Esports Showcase, and congratulations to everybody else for qualifying for the in-person event. But that is all we have for today. We're going to throw you to the Esports Awards, though, and we're going to throw you to our boy Dwayne up in the forum. But for now, have a wonderful, wonderful night, and until next year, I wish each and every one of you the very best. Good night.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, guys, I am joined by Stan, who is a part of the champion UConn team who just won.
Yep, we just won.
How does it feel to win this right now?
I mean, it feels good. First LAN win. Last time we fell in the semis in a different LAN, so it feels good to win our first one.
Can you tell me if there's any strategy or approach that your team had going into this?
We just have our duelist go kill. Let's go with that.
All right, and can you tell me, the people want to know, can UConn repeat next year?
Yeah, if you guys have us back, well, for sure repeat.
Perfect. Thank you, Stan. Congratulations. Coming up next, we have the award ceremony, so you don't want to miss it. And we're back. And before we get into our awards, we would like to thank, Sacred Heart for hosting this great showcase and also for our second annual showcase in general. So just want to introduce our winners. So let's get to it. So for our Smash, we have Hartford, who won. Please accept you guys this trophy. The MVP for Hartford was Nip, by the way. Let's get another round of applause. In Rocket League, our Rocket League winners are UConn. The MVP for UConn was Caker. Next up, Overwatch, which is UConn. The MVP for Overwatch for UConn was Lamborghini. And last but not least, our Valorant champions is UConn again. The MVP was Stan. And for our overall showcase winners, I think we all can guess, it is the UConn Huskies. Again, let's give our winners another round of applause, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to this year's Sacred Heart Esports Showcase, and we'll be back hopefully next year.